G'day mates, it's Donnie, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the rear lights on the Smart 450 Fortwo. So let's get stuck into that. Okay, first thing to have a chat about on the back. So open the tailgate up. You've got two 10mm plastic nuts that you've got to take off. So we'll get those out of the way, and then what we're going to do is basically you kind of pull the light out a little bit and then you swing it out, because there's two little clips that are down here on these two sides. So by doing that, you kind of unclip where you need to unclip, and then you can get the whole thing out of the way. The passenger side is the same thing, just two plastic 10mm nuts that we're gonna have to get out of the way. Same thing, light comes out, turns that way. There is a connector that's on the back for all of the lights that will take off as well. And then that whole piece, this whole cover and module is gonna come out, and we should be able to have a better look at it. Got the two nuts off. Now this one's a little bit tight, but you'll get the idea. So we're gonna pull it out, and then we're gonna basically turn it. And then if we look in here, there's a top clip. I don't know if you can see the bottom from here, but anyway, there you go. You can see the bottom clip, and then also the actual wiring connector that's in here. So it's just the tab on top. Flip that up and pull it out, rock it back and forward, and then that whole connector will come out, and then we'll have this whole piece free. So you can see now, whole thing's free, but now we've got to take it out so we can get access to the bulbs. So I put this down here. You'll notice that on this side, we've got these clips. We can just hold out of the way. Sorry, the other way. So you basically hold these in, and then you kind of stretch out the right-hand side, or right-hand side the way that we're looking at it. And then that whole inside piece will then lift out, and we can take it out from the hinge on this side. And then this inner cover is actually going to be separate from the outer cover. So I'm just showing what I've done. Push those two clips in. That then frees it from this side. And then the whole module can then come out, and we're free on this part of it. Now to get access to the actual globes, so we've got a clip on this side and we've got a clip on this side. So basically we're just going to push them outwards to release the clips on both sides, and then we can get in behind the whole thing. So I'm filming with just myself today, so don't really have any easy way of showing it, but actually I think I might have a stand. I'll go and grab that and see if we can actually show you the whole thing. All right, so got the stand now. Basically just unclip that. The other side will then be kind of easy to unclip anyway. So once I get this off, you'll see that you've got these two little tabs. They're very small bits of plastic, so just be careful when you take them out. That then exposes all of our globes. We can just take them out, or we're gonna have to take them all out so we can show the next part. So any of the globes, take them out, push them down, twist to the left, so anti-clockwise, whole globe comes out. So I'm gonna do that for all of them, and you'll see why in a sec. So push it in, pull it out. Now they're all out. Down the very bottom, there's a little plastic tab. I'm gonna try and get that out of the way. And there's another one up the top, and then we can get the whole thing out and expose the back of it. And this is what I want to have a chat about. So I'll swap it over and we can start talking about that as well. Before I get stuck into it, on the back side of the actual assembly, you can see we've got P21/5 watt 12 volt, middle one P21-12 volt, bottom one P21-12 volt. So if you do need the globes, there's the different types. Now if I pop it over, this is where I think everyone kind of gets a little bit confused, and I can completely understand why I've been caught out with it before, but I'll run through and explain basically what we've got going on here. Now the first one is our top light, where we've got a 5 watt and 21 watt. So if we notice on the bottom, we've actually got two pad connections that we can have a look at. And if we turn it up this way though, you'll also notice that this side, you've actually got basically a bigger point for your pin on your actual globe to sit in. So this is normally where you'd have that type of globe, but you've also got a pin offset on one side where the pin sits slightly higher, is my understanding. Whereas when we get down to the indicator light, a little bit different again. You've actually got two offset pins. So if we actually look at the globe, you'll notice that the pins are not 180 degrees to each other. So when they lock into here, that's where they're going to lock in. You'll notice as well, we've got two pads underneath the globe up the top, and we've only got one pad underneath the globe when we go to the indicator. If we look at the bottom, we've only got one pad that's going to connect, versus when you've got the dual filament ones, wherever that's gone, you're actually going to have two of the different pads on here. Then when we get to the bottom globe as well, notice it's different again to your middle one. So we're 180 degrees offset. We don't actually have a very varied height or vertical height on the actual pin at the bottom one. We're just 180 degree offset and then one pad at the back. which that one should be. I think I've got that up there too somewhere. Anyway, so like this, so 180 degrees, one pad on the bottom, and that's where it's going to get locked into. Now, if you're having any issues with these, one, make sure you've got the right globe so that when it's seated in here, it's actually seated properly. And then also, if you need to, you can actually track down these like metal conductors into the actual connector pin here. So that's obviously what that connects into. So you can see you've actually got a shared earth across everything. And then you've got your positive that goes to each individual connector in here. And you'll notice as well, again, your two pads. So the top one here, this is actually your brake light. So when you've got your driving lights on, you're gonna have basically that lower 5-watt filament on. Then when you hit the brakes, this is then gonna amp up your 21 watts and then show an actual brake light. Whereas your indicator, obviously just only on when the indicator's on. And then I think the bottom one is basically just meant to be like a normal driving light, or when your lights are on, that one should be on as well. So yeah, I just thought I'd show that because I think this is the part that confuses people, especially when you've got like, I think I've even still got the wrong globes at the moment because I don't have the one that has the vertical offset on this side. So yeah, just be aware that, yeah, top one is your one with 2 filaments, middle one is your indicator but offset pins, and then your bottom one is just 180 degree offset. So just be aware of that, and yeah, make sure you get the right globes before you put everything back in. Now that I've ran through that, just so we know how to actually get our reflector back in, on the very bottom you've got this little spring clip tab, and at the top you've just got a locking tab. So in the base of your actual assembly there, that's where your spring clip's going to sit in. So we're going to push it up onto that, and then you're going to pull it down, and then the top part will lock into here. So basically lock the bottom part in there now, and then we're just going to sit this top part in like this. So it's very little kind of tension on it, but then you'll notice the bottom now, if I turn it, it's a bit hard to see, that little spring part is locked in. I say spring, but it's just a little bit of like a plastic tab, and now we can chuck our globes back in. You can plug the actual assembly in without putting all the covers back on, like you can see there. Easiest way to test your rear indicator, get your key, press the button, and then you can see that one. For the rest, obviously you'll need to jump in the car. You can actually hold this up, turn it around this way, at least for the driver's side one, pump your brake, make sure your brake lights are working. Obviously turn your lights on and make sure they're working as well. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm pretty sure that even I've got the wrong globe for that top one, just with the way it's sitting. But yeah, just thought I'd show everyone that, because when you Google it online, it's not really actually laid out very well to explain the 3 different kind of globes that you're actually meant to have in these. Just so I can quickly show the issue, we're going to turn the lights on. That's the top lights on, so that's normal, it should be on. Now I'm going to turn it off. See it's off, I'm going to pump the brake. Now we've got nothing, but if I this, foot off the brake, foot on the brake, that's why this is important. So because we've got the wrong globe in the top, our brake light is not going to work. It's obviously not ideal, so make sure when you're actually replacing the globes in these, or any that you get the right pin set so that the pads are actually in contact with where they should be. Okay, I've just gone and got the right globe. BAY15D is the one that you want for your tail light, brake light. So that's the one that has the offset pins. You can see that under my thumb, the low side, and then under my index finger, the higher side there. Now, the whole idea of this is, you probably noticed when I was testing it before tapping the brake, we actually had the 5-watt filament lighting when I was tapping the brake, not the 21-watt filament. So the whole idea of having this with the pin is it makes sure that those 2 pads on the bottom align to the right side, which means when you actually put your lights on, you're going to have the low side going, and then when you tap your brake, you're going to have the high side, or the 21-watt side going. So finally got the right globe. Let's go chuck them in and put them back in the car. Let's try it again. Lights are on. Yep, which is right. We want the low side, and hopefully it's going to be right. Tap the brake. Yeah, look at that. That's what we want. So we're all good. Now the only other one, when we turn the fog light on, that's actually that bottom right-hand globe, or the driver's side globe. Let's flick it off now. And we can see that it's off. Now, our right indicator we've still got an issue with, to do with the relay, but everything else should be sorted. So turn this off, stop the beeping. So I'll chuck it all back in the cases and make sure the other side, the passenger side, works, and then we should be right. Last thing I thought I'd better mention, when you flip over the actual covers, you do have an L for your left and an R for your one that's for your right when you're looking at the back of the car. And the other thing is, when you put your finger behind this one, this is your reverse light, so it's clear, and then your fog light is actually behind a red cover. You can see that there. So yeah, I'll get it all back in, and at least the rear lights are all sorted other than the right indicator, but that's a video for another time, I think. Now remember as well, from what we did earlier, what we're gonna do, try and align those top pins. So we'll just look from the outside, we've got those 2 holes on the outside. We're going to try and line them up as best we can, because they're kind of our locating spot, and then we should be able to then pop this over and then get our nuts onto it, and then the light's back into place. Just realized I didn't really show the putting it all back together part. So first thing is make sure you've got your, well, not really first thing, but make sure you've actually got your foam that will go on the back of the cover. It does have a round part around the top and then a flat part around the bottom. So this one's pretty warped, but you can normally see where each side of it was sitting if they've been sitting out for a bit. Other parts you cover. So again, clip it in on this side, fold it over, that'll clip on that side, and then that'll be in place. I don't know if I can do that with one hand, but anyway. If I can't, then we'll stop the recording and show you how to do it. But anyway, there we go. That one's in, then we've clipped it in. So you just put it in on that side, clip it in on this side. Last part, we're going to need the actual cover. Now if you flip this over, this is where what we can actually do normally is do the tab side, so this side first, and then once that's in, you can then clip it up into the other side and it'll be in a place. That I won't be able to do with one hand, but just so you're aware, it goes in there, and then you should be able to clip it up into those parts. Then the last part is put your foam on, plug it in, don't forget that step, and then put your nuts back on. Actually got it wrong. You put the tabs on this side in first, so like that, and then you should be able to basically then use the clips on the other side to get everything in. So just thought I'd show everyone that so you don't get confused. Then same thing I said before, foam rubber goes on, hold it up, plug this in, make sure all of the connectors and everything are there, put it up. This foam actually just looks like it's part of the car, hilariously. But anyway, once we get that back in there, everything should be back together. Remember as well that the nuts that you're putting back on here, you can just do this until they get kind of firm. Almost there. Remember the actual light assembly should be clicked in. Then once we start to get firm, so here, we've got a little bit of resistance, that's all you need. It's a plastic nut, don't over tighten it, that's all you need for it. You can probably hear the car beeping, but just so you can see, got the lights on, it's back in. Lights on, if we hit the brakes, we get the higher light coming out, all back in, ready to go. So there you go, hopefully the video has been helpful for you. If it has, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you subscribe. Cheers.